Okay, so I'll be recording our lectures. Okay, so that then after we finish the lecture, inshallah within the same day, I will upload the video on my YouTube channel, the YouTube for teaching class. So you can always refer back to your lecture during, I mean, if you want to go back and listen again. Okay, and especially for those who join late or miss the class. Okay, so for the purpose of classes, okay, I don't necessarily need for you guys to switch on your video all the time, okay, because I do know that some of you have poor internet connections, okay, and switching the video simultaneously will cause some connection problem to some of you. Okay, but as usual, okay, usually during the first week or first day of class, okay, I just want to look at doa masing-masing lah. Okay, kenal walaupun it's not easy to get to know each and every one of you using WebEx. Okay, it's not like actual face-to-face class. Okay, hopefully by next semester in October or September, you can come back to UEM and resume your classes. In fact, there are some students already in UEM. Okay, you can opt to come to UEM, but you cannot go back even perhaps during the cuti for the holiday. Okay, but classes will still be online lah. Okay, regardless whether you are in UEM or in your house for this semester. Okay, fully WebEx. Okay, so but for those who decide to come to UEM because of I think internet problem, okay, you don't have good internet connection in your house, and there are also some students who actually opted to stop studying completely, okay, because of the pandemic, okay, not being able to cope up with the study method, okay, using online approach. Okay, so hopefully you can still survive, okay, bertahan lah as long as you can. And I know that not only for the students, it's also applied to the lecturers. We are quite hectic during semester season, okay, because exams are replaced with assignments and also quizzes and tests rather than pen and paper exam style method, okay, that you normally get. Okay, so you only have once or twice exam per semester, mid-semester or maybe final semester. Okay, so but okay, just like any other paper that you will take this semester, the same goes to mental stats or basic statistics. We don't have any final exams. Okay, so I will go through the syllabus briefly. Okay, and also the requirement for the coursework. Okay, the breakdown of your tests and your assignments. Okay, and then so that you know what is to be expected of you. Okay, but the thing is that when you rely just on quizzes and assignments, so some of you who are left behind, I will not be able to know for sure whether you understand or not the content of our lecture, because your assessment is purely just based on these assignments and quizzes. Okay, unlike if we were to attend in actual classroom, okay, usually I will call up students, okay, to go to the front and perform or show how you get the answers to some questions. So at least in that way, I can go around and see whether you're working. You can, whatever exercise that we do in class, you are able to perform and answer those questions correctly. But that is not possible when we are doing through WebEx. Okay, so even though you might not even understand anything, okay, I wouldn't have the chance to know, okay, whether you are able to understand or not the content of our syllabus. Okay, although this is a 1000 level paper and I do expect students to perform well, okay, usually during actual classroom, conventional classroom method, okay, most students will, on the average, will get around A- to A, okay, and some will get B+, okay, although there are some cases who get lower than that. But being a 1000 level paper, even during actual classroom, this subject is not a killer subject. Okay, it's meant to push your, or I mean, give you good grades. Okay, so it's not a tough subject, but and having said that, using only quizzes and assignments, your chances to get A, I think, or even A minus is much higher, yeah, in that sense, because you are not being tested in the same way as we normally do. Okay, although the chances to get good grades is much higher now, but it doesn't mean that you can just slip through your way through the classes. Okay, because what you learn this semester on this subject will have a lot of, I mean, you will bring this knowledge later on. Okay, it will be applied in your later subjects in basic econometrics and especially in your research paper method. Okay, so you will not be, I mean, just learning these subjects just for the sake of this semester alone. And being an undergraduate in economics, mathematics and statistics is your bread and butter. Okay, so you cannot graduate as an economic student without having good understanding in basic statistics. Okay, so this is not just a prerequisite paper like Kenegaraan Malaysia or science, social science, pengantar science social, those university core papers. Okay, so this is something that you need to be good at. Okay, because that's why your degree is titled BSc, Bachelor of Science in Economics. The word science means it has components that related to maths and statistics. Okay, so I hope, okay, for the next 14 weeks, okay, we will be able to learn, okay, and I do really hope that every one of you can participate, okay, during the class. If you have any questions or problems, okay, because classes, I mean, for this subject, lecture is not done through, I mean, it's the teaching mostly will be done based on exercises in the class. Okay, not so much me doing the talking, because maybe talking will be just lecture will be the first half an hour. Okay, and the remaining will be, I will give you exercises in class and you need to do them. Okay, so there's no like I will do it later. Okay, I will just look at the WebEx recording. Okay, because I will not be providing the solutions in the classroom. Okay, during our WebEx. So we will go through the questions during class. Okay, and perhaps I will pick up any one of you at random, and you will need to share your screen. Okay, either you can, if you have the solutions on your paper, okay, what you can do is you can just snap using your phone. Okay, take picture of the answer on your phone, and you can just even send to the group WhatsApp. Okay, then I can just open the WhatsApp web, or any other method. Okay, you can even share your screen. Okay, show the solutions. Okay, because that is, I think, the only way that I know that everyone is following the class. Okay, because this is not a lecture that just based on me giving lectures, talking and talking. Okay, so I do really hope that every one of you will be able to participate. Okay, so the video, I mean, using your video on, you don't need to have your video switch on every class. Okay, so you can switch off your video now if you want to. Okay, so even for me, okay, I may or may not switch on my video all the time. Okay, depending on, but since this is our first lecture, and I'm sure, okay, I mean, whether you want to see my face or not, but okay, as a lecturer, okay, it's my obligation to present myself to all of you. Okay, so my name again is, you can see from your registration course, okay, Dr. Mukris. So my room is, of course, in the Faculty of Economics. Okay, and then my room is located quite near to the main entrance. Okay, so if you have watched any video on SCFB, so you will have some idea the design and the location of the school. Okay, inshallah. So now we are still, most of the lecturers are still working from home. Okay, but when I go back to the office, okay, perhaps next week, So maybe I will give a quick tour, okay, on the surrounding of our school. Okay, maybe not really doing a live stream, maybe just recording some video and post it online on your WhatsApp, on your group WhatsApp. Okay, so for the uh, so I believe I've shared with you in your OL. Okay, I did remove some file and upload another file again in your. Okay, let me. Okay, so if you go through your OL, okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so in your OL, I uploaded these two materials. Okay, sorry, this material on the syllabus. Okay, so this semester we have 4 lecturers teaching the subject. Okay, Dr. Saiful is our course coordinator. Dr. Sun Janjan, okay, me, and also our program coordinator, Dr. Wan Roshida. So I will be handling only one class, which is your class, Group A, okay, and the rest of the classes will be handled by the remaining 3 lecturers. Okay, so I will just go through this thing just very briefly, okay, because when the time comes, okay, I will remind you all again on the test, okay, on the incoming, on these 3 tests and also these 2 assignments. So basically, our assessment is 100% based on coursework, okay, meaning there is no final exam, okay. So of course, from this, when we have no final exam, it's divided into 3 quizzes or 3 tests, okay, and then 2 group assignments, okay. There is no individual assignment. So actually, we were planning to have individual assignment, but when we take into account the burden, okay, or the weightage of how many assignments every student has to finish, okay, during each semester. So we decide the assignment will just be based on group based, okay. So the allocation of the group will be determined by me. So usually I will just go through your attendance list, and I will just choose the name based on the sequence how it appears in your attendance. Okay, so if a group of 5, so the first 5 students will represent the first group, and the rest. So I will upload the group names and the members uh, later this week. Okay, because we are still in the add and drop session. So some of you might be changing, might decide to drop this class, or new students might be coming in. So we will decide on the group list perhaps by next week. Okay. So there are 3 tests. Okay. So we have 10 topics in total. Okay. But the test only cover topic 1 to 7. So you can see here test 1, 1 to 3. 4 to 5 for the second test, in test 3, 6, and 7. The remaining 8, 9, and 10 topics will be reserved for the assignment. Okay, so basically you are not repeating any of the materials that you will be tested on. Okay, whether it's test 1, 2, or 3. Okay, and then once you finish test 3, meaning the remaining the assignments will just be based on the remaining topics. So, and you can see here also the assignments contribute 50% and the test contribute 50% in total. Okay, but because the assignment is based on the later topics 8, 9, and 10, so you can expect that this assignment will only be due during the later time of your period of your semester, meaning you don't have to worry about preparing for the assignment, because you cannot prepare anything on this unless we have finished covering on these topics. Okay, so most probably the deadline will be somewhere before the end of the semester. Okay, because topic 8 and 9, okay, usually we can expect to finish around week 9 or week 10 or week 11. Okay, and then topic 10 is expected to be finished around week 12, or latest by week 13. Okay, so we have 14 weeks, okay, 14 minggu, 14 weeks in total in your lectures. So, I hope that we can finish everything uh, before the semester ends, so that you don't have to carry anything during the exam week. Okay, although we don't have any exam, but some subjects do have exams. So after the completion of the 14 weeks of lecture, so next will be the exam week. Okay, you can check the academic calendar of UUM for this semester to get better idea of the uh, flow of the semester. Okay, so we have 10 topics in total. Okay, so if the file that you downloaded before doesn't have this one, it's because I uploaded the previous version. So please re-download the file in your OL, okay, to get this latest one. Okay, so test one, the date for each test has not been decided yet, because this one is subject to when we can finish topic 3. Okay, and then usually the test is conducted based on the individual lecturer, meaning it's not centralized, meaning the test for my class is based on my class alone. So we don't take the test together with other classes, and the questions for each group, okay, is decided by the lecturer themselves, meaning the questions that you have, okay, is only unique to our class, okay, but in terms of the level of difficulty, the content of the questions, okay, because each lecturer is based on the syllabus, okay, and the outline of, okay, how many questions should be in medium level, difficult level, easy level. So the question, although are different, okay, but in terms of difficulty, it should be consistent to all classes. Okay, so there are 10 topics. Okay, so topic 1, just the introduction. Okay, topic 2 and 3 basically are about similar things. Okay, but topic 2 is just on the, using descriptive analysis, bar chart, pie chart. That I think you have learned this sometime before, even in your secondary school. Okay, so we just go through this briefly. And then topic 3 on the main thing on the variance, standard deviation. Okay, and then topic 4, the main focus is on these two, binomial and Poisson distribution. Okay, and then the remaining topic 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this topic 5 to 10 basically is like a flow of story. Okay, so you need to understand from topic 5 in order to be able to understand topic 9 and 10. Okay, so if you are stuck at topic 5, okay, then you will have problem to understand topic 6. Okay, and the rest goes. Okay, topic 7. And then to do topic 8, you need to have good understanding on the previous topics as well. Okay, so we have 10 topics in total. So the division of the test as shown before, topic 1 to 3, number 1, first test, okay, 4 to 5, test number 2, test number 3, 15%. As you can see here, okay, all of the lecturers for this semester are very generous enough to allocate more marks for the easier test. You can see 20% is allocated for the easier one, and 15 and 15 equally for the remaining two tests. Okay, and a huge chunk of the marks, okay, are also allocated for these two group assignments. So basically, this group assignment will be based on past year's questions, and also exercises that will be taken from the main textbook. Okay, so the main textbook, as you can see from the reference list, okay, is this one, Lane, Marshall, and Witten. Okay, so this is the book that we will be using. I can say 100%. Okay, based on this book alone. Okay, why? Because the book is structured, our syllabus is designed to follow quite closely with this book. Okay, although you don't have the book, okay, but I will, whenever we cover on the questions, okay, so I will perhaps, okay, print out or save pre-screen on these relevant questions, maybe 1 day or 2 days before the lecture, okay, and then I will share these chapter questions in your class, okay, whether I will upload online or I will just share it in your WhatsApp web, okay, in your WhatsApp. So basically, the questions that we will be discussing during lectures, okay, are mainly taken from this book, okay. So even though you don't have the book, the main thing is the questions. So the slides, as you can see, is already given in your uh, in your OL. Okay, so there are 10 slides. Okay, so topic 1, 2, 3, 4, as I mentioned here, no use. Okay, because this is based on the main textbook. So you have 10 slides in total. Okay, so every slide has been uploaded in your OL. So do please download them in advance. Okay, go through them, just go through them briefly and see what are how the slides are being organized. Okay, so from many subjects that I have taught, okay, and also the slides given by the publisher, okay, the slide that is provided for this book, I can say that is one of the best slides in terms of presentation. It's easy to follow, okay, so you don't need actually the whole textbook, okay, to understand this subject, as long as you can follow the slide very closely, and the technique used, the the formulas, okay, even some examples are all provided in the slides already. Okay, so what's left is the exercises that we will be discussing during the lecture hours. Okay, so for example, if I say, okay, on question 25, okay, so solve for this. So so this page or this particular page, I will provide to you before lectures. Okay, so you can have you can save this one in your computer. So maybe I will just print out this PDF in terms of PDF file, okay, the relevant pages, and share it with you in your WhatsApp or in your OL. Okay, anything I will just upload or remind you in your group WhatsApp. So for you to understand this course, okay, so it is based on how well and you can perform on these questions, okay, because if we were to learn in actual class, so usually I will call upon student, okay, to show how do you arrive at the answer, or I will just go around in the class and see how you, okay, tackle each question one at a time. Okay, but as I mentioned, because it is based on online, so I do not know whether you are even attempting to answer this question or not. Okay, so the only way for me to make sure that everyone is alert, okay, and participate actively during class is, okay, I may be calling okay, student at random, okay, to share your screen, okay, and show the answers that you have provided, okay, for that particular question. Whether you get the answer correct or wrong, that is another issue, okay. But the main thing is I want you, every one of you, to participate uh, and join the class actively, okay, not just listening while you are on bed or doing something else, okay. So that is my least expectation, okay, that I have for each and every one of you. So I think we have in terms of the assessment, I think this is one of the easiest one, uh, or one of the most light assessment compared to other subjects. Okay, if you can ask your friends who have taken this subject last semester, okay, they will tell you that there are 5 tests and 5 assignments. Okay, so that was the original plan from last semester. So when we discuss and take into account the issues and the concerns from the students, okay, that there are too many coursework, assignment and tests one after another. So we decide from 5 tests, we only have 3 tests, okay, and from 5 assignments, we only have 2 assignments, and none of them is individual, okay, all are, both are group assignments, okay, so you should be, so that for me, there should be no excuse that you cannot perform in the class, okay, don't have time to finish this assignment because it is much lesser than what your friends, okay, have taken last semester. If you were to show this assessment this semester, then they will say that you are very lucky, okay, because of there are not many tests and assignments for you to complete, okay, for this semester. Okay, any questions? So I don't plan actually to have a full 1 hour, 20-minute lecture for today, okay, because the aim is just to go through the syllabus and then perhaps start a little bit on topic number 1, and then we can continue on finishing topic number 1 on this coming Thursday, okay, because this is your first week of lecture, and I'm sure every one of you are still adjusting to the semester, and also to take into account the the add and drop session. So and I will not go straight to gear number 5, okay, on week number 1. So we take it one step at a time, okay. So any questions so far? Can you post on the chat? Okay, the assignment, no, don't think this assignment like essay assignment, okay? So this is not essay writing. This is mathematics and statistics. So it's just based on question and answers, okay? And the questions are all in English. Okay, you can go to the library website, download the past year's questions on basic statistics. Of course, last semester there is no exam question, so but you can go the pre-COVID period, okay, 2019 and before that, okay, and see the past year's questions are all in, I mean, the last 4 to 5 years are all in English. If you go further back, you might find the question in dual language, Malay and English. Okay, but your assignment is not like essay writing where you need to explain this and that, okay? So there is no plagiarism or Turnitin need to be checked. So it's just based on how you answer the questions, whether your questions are correct or not, and the way you display your answers. Okay, I will show you the assignment that was prepared by my student last semester from basic statistics in mathematics. Okay, so there are some students here that I know from my last semester student. So this the assignment number 5 is basically based on past year questions. Okay, so this is something that we expect. I mean, you expect to see. So for example, assignment 5 in basic statistics in mathematics. Okay, so the student are this is group assignment, and these are all past year's questions. So the student type and the questions in the Word and convert them into PDF. Okay, and whichever question that need explanation, or you can use, you know, nice charts or figures just to make the answers more interesting. So I just take this one at random. Okay, no particular reason why, but okay, so this is what you are expected to do for assignment 1 and 2 in this semester. So we will be giving you a set of past year's questions and also questions from the book. Okay, and then you need to answer them and prepare the answers in the Word, I mean in Word, and then convert them into PDF. Okay, and then use whatever interactive way to make the answers interesting. So if you see that this my PDF browser, I don't use Adobe or Adobe Acrobat. Okay, mine is this what I call. So this is Foxit Reader. Okay, Foxit Reader is another browser for another PDF viewer that you can use, that I use all the time. Okay, I don't use Adobe Acrobat because Foxit Reader you are able to do scribble. I'm sure maybe Adobe also have these functions. Okay, but the thing about Foxit is that you can do like this kind of circle, okay, or those kind of things. So once you write in Word, okay, and then you can add this bubble or balloon later. Okay, so this kind of things that can be inserted later, or you can even highlight, okay, using this highlight tool and so forth. Okay, so these are the things that I taught my student last semester in basic stats. So if you are not familiar with Foxit Reader, okay, so you can download them. It's a free tool. Okay, so you can go to Foxit Reader. Okay, so you can download them for free. Choose the Foxit Reader, this one, the free download version. Foxit Reader free download, this one. Okay, so that will be my preferred choice of browser. I mean, for PDF file. Okay, so it's much lighter, so you can browse through pages much easier compared to the conventional PDF reader. Okay. Okay, so that I think clear the air on the assignment. Okay, so no need to worry about plagiarism check. Okay, but the answers, any explanation, few lines, okay, need to be written in English, because that is what the course is how the course is designed. Okay, everything will be in English. Okay, in chapter 1, okay, so let me go through back the syllabus in chapter 1. So topic 1 is just like any other subjects, is based on introduction. Okay, so you might ask, why do we need to learn stats? Okay, not because you already learn mathematics. So where does statistics fit into your degree? Okay, degree of economics. Okay, so this is where I will go through very briefly. Okay, the reasons why it's not it's, of course, for you to graduate this course, to get a bachelor in economics, okay, you need to take this subject. So that is a prerequisite. But why do we make it compulsory for students to take this subject? Okay, statistics in basic statistics, okay, in economics. So that is what we expect to cover on the surface. Okay, and then, for example, when we go through these two parts here, the level of measurements, the type of variables. Okay, so this you may not be able to apply now. Okay, but once you start taking your 2000 level paper, so this is a 1000 level paper. Okay, and especially in your research project, okay, you will be able to apply and appreciate what you learned this semester. And that's why please do not discard, okay, or delete whatever materials that you are going to learn this semester. Okay, because you will need to refer them back later in the future. Okay, maybe not immediately next semester, perhaps even in your semester 4, and for sure I think it will be in your semester 7. It's still a long way to go, but okay, that is why uh, I want to stress on this thing as early as possible, so that you know why you are learning this and when you need to apply them. Okay. So for this course, okay, Introduction to Statistics, if you look at the LO, okay, the Learning Objectives outline, so basically we will cover the one listed here. Okay, not everything in the LO, okay, will be covered. The one listed in the slides will be covered in class. Okay, so usually I will just, it also depends on the time that we have. Okay, so whichever that I focus in the class, so that will be of particular importance, okay, that you need to pay more attention. Okay, so of course in our short period of time, okay, only 14 weeks to cover a lot of things, and let alone we are learning through WebEx. So the limitation on online learning, it poses challenges. So we will try to make it as to cover the main part first, and if we have additional time, okay, then we will cover the lesser important part, okay. But as long as we can cover the main thing in our syllabus, that should be fine. Okay, so here I think for today, in the next 15 minutes or so, so I plan only to conduct our first lecture until 11:05 the most, okay. And then we will see again, inshallah, on this coming Thursday, okay, where we will finish on the remaining 2 or 3 items in chapter 1. Okay, so know the difference between descriptive and inferential stats. Okay, and then understand between population and sample. So I think I will just focus on these first two, because this is already, it will take quite some time to actually explain between these two. So if you look at the first slide, okay, the use of statistics. We are living in this COVID pandemic period, okay, already 1 year into COVID-19, okay, and you see on daily basis, okay, statistics are being thrown at you, okay, given out to you, whether you like it or not. How many cases, active cases, what is the death number, all those numbers, that whether you like it or not, okay, how many days of PKP, PKPB, and especially on economics, okay, the government or any industry or the news will explain on what is the impact on prices, on your economic growth, how many people are being unemployed, okay, lost their job, what is the unemployment rate, okay, how many percent of the unemployment rate before pandemic and during pandemic, what is our inflation rate now, before and during pandemic. So those statistics that you hear on, I think more often than before, is how we actually decide to make decisions. Okay, whether the government wants to close the economy, to close the border, to open up the economy, to let people go back to their normal life, whether you can cross border or not, cross state border or not. Okay, so those are based on statistics. Okay, the measurement that the ministry use, the government use. Sometimes I don't fully agree with whatever measures that they do. Sometimes the decision are too impromptu or ad hoc. We don't really understand what is the basis for the decision. Okay, but whatever it is the use of statistics and maths lah, okay, to make decisions. Okay, so and for economic students, okay, the use of when you learn, at least by the end of the semester, okay, it is expected that, okay, not just you aim to get A, or at least A minus or B plus and above for the subject, but what is the knowledge that you will bring back, okay, or that you can actually digest and apply, because okay, this subject is, again, is your bread and butter. Okay, so as a student, okay, you need to know how to organize your data, especially on this analyze part here. Okay, and then convert or transform your data into meaningful ways. Okay, so as you can see from chapter 2 in your syllabus, you have very common depictions of how you can present your data. I know somehow or another you have learned directly or indirectly to use Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word to plot your pie chart, bar chart. So that is, I'm not going to teach you how to use Microsoft Excel, because you can learn them, using, whether you can experiment them on your own. And there are plenty of YouTube videos, okay, step by step, how to implement them in your Microsoft Office tools. Okay, so that is the use of statistics in general. Okay, so again, on this part, okay, we help you to understand how decisions are made. Okay, so I'm sure many of you have taken Principle of Economics last semester, or perhaps you are taking this semester. Okay, and when you learn macro or microeconomic sections in the syllabus, okay, you are already exposed on the concept of, okay, GDP, unemployment, inflation. So those are based on statistical approach. Okay, to calculate inflation, you have the rate of inflation is basically a statistics. Okay, whether the inflation increase or decrease. Okay, so that is the general part. Okay, why you learn statistics. Okay, basically for the main is to make decision. Okay, what the information that you get. Okay, what kind of decision that you can come out with, and whether you can justify whether your information is valid or not. So that is another thing that you need to pay attention, because when you look at the syllabus on the later part in your course, okay, this hypothesis testing, chapter 8 and 9. So when we talk about, okay, determine whether information is adequate or not, okay, to analyze and to draw conclusion and make inference. Okay, so what do you mean by to draw conclusion and make inference? So whatever information, data that you collected, you analyze them. Okay, so at the end of the day, when you analyze them, you put whether in a nice graph, bar chart, pie chart. Okay, now we have many other ways to present your data using Power BI, Tableau, okay, many other useful or informative ways to present your data, not just using the conventional Microsoft Excel. Okay, although Microsoft Excel can be very powerful if you know how to exploit it. Okay, but there are also new ways to present your data. Okay, but in terms of social science, okay, even if you have very nice data, okay, but the main thing is what conclusion can you make and whether you can make inference. Inference means, okay, the output that you get, the data that you get, okay, from your analysis, can you refer to the findings to make a decision? Can you say that, okay, based on your analysis, okay, we are, you can suggest to the person in charge, you can suggest to the relevant authority that you need to do this, you cannot do that. Okay, so for example, now during COVID-19, people are talking about what assistance that the government should give, okay, to mitigate, okay, or to help reduce the burden. Okay, and one of the most popular issue in recent weeks is the ICNA, or the withdrawal of the EPF money. Okay, so whether it should be based a blanket approval or based on the need and characteristics of the applicant. Okay, whether everyone has the right to withdraw from their account 1 or account 2 from the EPF, or it must be based on critical scrutiny. Okay? Everyone needs to be checked whether you are eligible or qualified to withdraw the money. Okay, so if you come up with the conclusion based on the statistics, okay, information that you get, then you can suggest, okay, if you do this, okay, EPF we have a shortage of fund to invest and then to provide dividend in the future. If everyone start to withdraw their money, so the fund that is available for EPF, okay, to continue investing and provide dividend, okay, every year to the depositor will be much less than before. So this is one of the things that why some people are not in favor of this ICNA to be provided in blanket. Okay, so what is meant by statistics? So this is a standard definition that you can find in many books. So first is the word is the science. Okay, that's why your degree is Bachelor of Science in Economics, okay, because it is based on process. Okay, when you say it's science, it's something that can be tested. Okay, there is a sequence of process. Okay, so the science of collecting, you organize, okay, and then you present, and then you interpret. So whenever you are following a sequence of steps, that's why it fall under science. Okay, whenever you do an experiment in the lab, okay, you need to follow strict procedure for your experiment to be valid. Okay, so the same goes with how you define statistics. For you to interpret the results, okay, whatever that you have to interpret later, that must come from a sequence of process that can be followed, and you can check whether whatever that you have in the later stage here to interpret, okay, everything is following the right process from the very early part of collecting the data. If a collection of data is not valid or is wrong in the process, then the way you interpret the information that you get from your data, people can question whether your data is valid or not. Okay, so just like if you do an online survey, okay, you do a survey monkey, or you submit a Google form, okay, to do a simple survey. Okay, so who are responsible to answer the survey questions? If your questions can be answered, okay, you already have your target audience. Okay, so then whatever findings that you get is not, people can question whether whatever findings that you get is valid or not, because the way you collect the questionnaire from the very beginning is questionable. Okay, you're only giving the questions to the people that you know or that will give you favorable results. Okay, so that is why it's important that to follow the steps. Okay, and in your syllabus, you will see later in when you start on chapter 8, 9, and 10. Okay, whenever you want to perform hypothesis testing, it is based on these 5 steps procedure. Okay, you can see on your syllabus later. Okay, this 5 steps procedure is where you need to follow very closely and very strictly whenever you want to perform hypothesis testing. Okay, basically, this is what this okay, we apply on this concept of the science of collecting. So it must follow a sequence of steps. Okay, but if your data from the very beginning, when the collection of your data is incorrect or invalid, the way you collect your data, so then the rest will be affected and becomes invalid. Okay, so and you can appreciate this concept of the steps, step by step, okay, when we cover topic 8, from topic 8 onwards. Okay, so that is statistics. Okay, the science of collecting, organizing, okay, presenting, and analyzing, and finally to interpret. Okay, so this is the most important part. Okay, what do you do with the data that you collect? Okay, if the data becomes just a bunch of numbers, but nobody can interpret them, nobody can appreciate them, so it is meaningless. Okay, so you can give a bunch of numbers to somebody, to some people, or to the government, to the authority, but if people ask you what does the data means, and you cannot explain them in the simplest way possible, then your whatever that you have collected becomes meaningless. Okay, so that is why it is to make effective decisions. Okay, so it might look very simple, okay, but once you learn on the tools of statistics, then hopefully you will be able to appreciate that process. Okay, so who uses statistics? Of course, okay, all of you are economic students, and hopefully one day you will be doing something related to economics or in social science. Okay, so almost everyone uses statistics, whether you like it or not. Whether you are even not working, you are just I mean, just doing business from home, or just not even working, but somehow or another you will be using some mathematics or statistics, okay, to organize your day-to-day life. Okay, so okay, in chapter 1 just now, okay, so we already covered what is meant by statistics, okay, and then the type of statistics, okay, maybe we just cover 1.3, okay, because we already at 11 o'clock. Actually, I have a meeting at 11:15 with my I have a meeting with the PhD student at 11:15, so I need, although our class is supposed to finish at 11:20, but since this is our first class, so I don't want to give too much today. Okay, so just just to keep things going. Okay, and the reason also I do not want to delay our class is because I might take much longer time in the later topics, topic 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the easier topics, if you can do it quickly, okay, then we have more time to do it much slower on the remaining topics. Okay, so that is usually my way of conducting lectures. Okay, so Okay, never mind. I think I'll stop now. Okay, because I think when we start talking about descriptive stats and then inferential, so I think I better continue to the rest of the so that you can see the flow of the contents rather than I stopping at this part here. Okay. Okay. Anyway, for those who did not scan your attendance. Okay, I'm not sure whether this attendance, yeah, so please do scan it now. Okay, and then okay, any questions? Okay, the questions for your test are all in MCQ. Okay, multiple choice, ABCD, true or false. So not structured because there's no, it's quite difficult to assess online using structured questions. Although it can be done, okay, but we decided just to use the simpler version, the MCQ. Okay, I think the number of questions, don't need to ask how many questions, 20, 30, 40 questions, is based on the time given to you. Okay, if the questions are, although the questions are not many, but it requires a lot of time to answer, then you might have less questions, but a longer time period to answer. So it depends on the topics. Okay, some topics may have more questions, some topics may have less questions due to the nature of the solutions that need to be provided, or you need to do a lot of calculations to arrive to the answer. So I think in terms of the test structure, it should be easy enough and should be directed. And the questions are designed straight from the syllabus and also the book that we are using. So if you can follow the book closely, you can understand, you can answer the exercises that we do in class. So that will help you a lot in answering the test questions and also the assignments as well. Okay, if you don't have any other questions, okay, please do complete your attendance. Okay, I do record this thing, and also I can retrieve your attendance from the WebEx as well. Okay, because WebEx do provide attendance for those who join. Okay, the time that you join and also the time that you leave. Okay, so I have two methods for recording your attendance: the QR code and also using the WebEx attendance as well. So once you log in, attendance will be recorded automatically in WebEx. Okay. So thank you again. Okay, inshallah, see you next Thursday, same time, 10 a.m. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning.
Thank you, bro.